So let's get this lot back to the farm. Ooh. That's a lot of weight on the back of this, which is why it's a little bit twitchy. Okay, we're up to £43,000. I'm not. We might, if we're lucky, we might make 50 today. Yes, and that's kind of what I've been expecting for the entire trip. This is not a very heavy vehicle, and we do have a lot of weight on the back still. There are auto-write mods which allow you to just click on a vehicle and it'll set it on its wheels if you do stupid like I'm doing. Driving at 40 miles an hour on a rough path with about 2,000 kilos of stuff in the back. Okay, we're back at the yard again. What the heck? There was no reason for that. That was just ridiculous. Okay. I mean, falling over on the inside of a turn. For some reason, something went weird with physics all of a sudden. I don't think I was going that fast. Okay. We'll head over to the liquid tank and see if I can't get this unloaded. It might not unload. No, that's not unloading. Okay. No, I am going to have to put that into the sprayer in order to get it unloaded. So I'll just drop that safely in storage and we'll worry about that later. Now the solid fertilizer, however, actually, you know what? Let's do this properly. Where did I put them? Oh, the mallows behind that. Actually, okay, we're messing around here. Let's do all of the messing around. That we need to. Since I've got a worker out in the field, I can actually not use so much cheating here, so we'll do that. And it gives me a chance to, okay, where do I find the trailer for the logs? In the store under logging equipment. Right, so we're in the store where you've got motorized vehicles, which this is where you'll find your tractors and trucks and harvesters and what have you. This is unmotorized equipment. So if you scroll down, your front loaders are here, your front loader attachers are there, and if you keep going further, or actually if you stay on the same row, you've got forestry equipment, and under forestry equipment you've got these things which have a grab you can use those to pick up logs and drop them on the back, although you're going to be using shorter logs. This is a semi-trailer, and the Platinum expansion gives you this towed trailer. This is another one that has a crane on the back. So if I look there, see, it's got a grab there, and you can use this a little bit like an articulated front loader arm, pick up logs and drop it on the back. It's not easy. It takes a lot of practice to do that. It does help if you've got a joystick. There's another semi-trailer, and then we're into my mods, which, that's a short platform that goes on the back of a mod truck. Anyway, outside of that, as I said, you can find a lot of mods there, but forestry equipment here, front loaders are here, front loader tools are here, and they're kind of close to the bottom of the thing. Chop down trees, I believe, no. Marking spray. Where are the chainsaws? Am I completely blind? Oh, there's the chainsaws. So you might need a chainsaw, which is this stuff, or if you're wealthy, again, there's a forestry equipment down here somewhere. Is there a forestry equipment down here? Yes, forestry machines. This is what's called a forwarder, which is basically a motorized log trailer with a grab on the back. And then this is a motorized tree chopper, which you grab a tree with that front thing and then press buttons and it will automatically chop logs to length. Personally, cheap way of doing things, I will go chainsaw and a basic trailer and a tractor, because if you've got a farm, you've always got a tractor. You just need to know which tractor has the loader arms on it if you're starting a new game save. If you're buying a tractor from get-go, then make sure that you add loader arms to it. I don't think this tractor has loaders. No. So I'm going to pull up here, fill that up again, and we'll jump out. Can put that away. I think, yes, there's enough room. Okay, so we're done with that. That should be loaded now. Indeed it is. So again, I'm going to tip what is now liquid fertilizer into that fertilizer tank straight from the sprayer. Unload. You can see the rev counter charges up when it's pumping. So the pump's active basically, which is kind of neat. Oh, that needs maintenance. And then as soon as it's finished pumping, power drops down to tick over, and we can put this away. Okay, the thing I was going to do, so as I said, I'm not set up for forestry right now, but at some point I want to get rid of a bunch of trees on this farm. Press the right button. Yes, I did. Okay. That row of trees there behind my house, I don't want them. They get in the way. They're too close to that grass field. Not that I'm even planning to keep it as a grass field, but it's just a thing. You're doing your thing. This is the thing I want. So this is a telehandler. It's a mod. So you have to go to the mod. So download mods on the first menu. Drop that there. And over here. I have a pallet fork. Whoops. And my arm's too low. And the theory with logs is the same as I'm going to be doing here. I need to pick up that pallet. I need to pick up a log, so I need to position the spikes close to the ground so I can actually get it underneath the pallet. That's not a particularly good grab. Let's try again. There we go. So that's now secure on the forks, and all I then need to do is I want to empty it into this tank here, which is my solid store. And ding, done. If I wanted to put whatever I had there on a trailer, I could. In actual fact, we've got a thing I could do that with. And knock over some cones, don't worry. They'll reset before the next save. So if you imagine this was a log, all I'm doing is I lower that down till it's just touching the ground, stick underneath it, pick it up, and we'll crash into the cone because that's annoying. Here I have a trailer, which isn't a logging trailer, but serves for purpose here. And I can just put that down there. As soon as it's on the trailer, I back out. And there we go, I've just loaded the pallet on the trailer. So you have a trailer, sorry, you have a chainsaw. 58,000 is how I need to make. So you can, yeah, I mean, since I'm going to want to chop those trees down anyway, let's go shopping. I need a chainsaw. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That one. Okay, so now I have a chainsaw, and I'm going to make a mess. Jump out. And I can come over here. Turn on the chainsaw. Usually I'll crouch down to get as low as possible. And then this has a lot of tree limbs that are in the way. You know what? We're just going to cut that. Now I've got a bunch of mods that are basically telling me stuff. So if I walk up to this, it says the wood is an American elm. It's 2.8 meters. It's 125 kilos. It doesn't seem that I'm allowed to pick it up, but I can pick that up and walk around with it. It's too big for me, technically, because 125 kilos. I think base strength is only 100. So if I took the chainsaw again, chopped it in half, it's still not giving me a little hand. Oh, grief, very sensitive. But yeah, it's basically how you can chop. That's how you chop down trees. You chop them up into small chunks. Now something like this, you don't need a big tractor or trailer to pick up. Or sorry, you don't need a big tractor and front loader to pick up. You can use a really small tractor because it's that small. Now I do have a mod that lets me delete trees, and that's what we're going to do. So all I have to do is find it. Remove snow, add snow. That one. remove bales, remove pallets, remove logs, remove stumps. Okay. So, if I go back here, that tree is all cleared up, because that's a little bit of a cheaty mod, but I got rid of the tree. It only cost me £1,000. I'll jump back into the Merlot, and we'll stick the bucket back on front.
You got a new person?
Yeah.
He wants to play with you.
So put the pallet forks down, and then now I get to go over to the Renault, which is my front loader tractor. So I'm going to put the bucket back on, because that's pretty much the thing I use the most on this. I got the pallet forks just for the odd job here and there. I'll avoid the cone because it seems to be a obstacle. That there, and engine off. And I can probably put this away too. And that's the Deutz away. Drive, engine off, exit. And close enough. Yeah, that's good. So front loader arms for the Renault is here, and we do have a bucket and pallet forks again for that. It's all I really use on this farm most of the time. Okay, this is job done. Let's turn the engine off, fold that up, get paid. Getting paid is always a good thing. Especially since I just spent £1,000 and we just made 2,000, so that's good. So the way you know a tractor can take front loader arms is this attachment here. And you have to have the right one, as I showed in. Let's go back to store. We go and find the Renault, which is my smallest tractor, and it's a mod. So it's down the end somewhere, this thing. If you put loader arms on it, front loader attacher, yes, I've got the option of an MX, a quickie, or not. I think I've selected the I'm pretty sure I selected the quickie. But then whichever one you select to put on the tractor, when you buy the loader arms, you have to buy the correct attachment. So some vehicles, the Class has its own, the Kubotas have their own, the John Deeres have their own specific. Hauer and Quickie tend to be the generics, and I don't have an MX, so I don't have the mod that allows me to put the other type of loader arms on this tractor. The other thing you can, as I said, if you cut your logs really, really short, you can, forestry equipment, I don't think there is one. This is expensive, but it's a chipper. You unfold it somewhere. Oh right, that's a tank on the back for wood chips. This is a small, conveyor belt. You can put really small logs on this and it will chip them up, turn them into wood chips and dump them in the back. Then you can take your wood chips off to the store to sell. So if you're going fairly cheap, there are some mod versions of that which are cheaper. That one is kind of expensive. 190,000. I could lease it for 10,000. Yeah, still. It's a thing. I could consider that for clearing out the bit of the yard I want to clear out. You can sell logs at now. Where is sugar mill, spinnery? What's over here? Sawmill. Let's go visit the sawmill. So down here at the sawmill, one of these probably takes wood chips. Actually, the wood chips are probably tipped here. And this is possibly where the logs come. You would drive your log cart in here and then click on that exclamation and it would sell the logs off the back of the trailer. So if you've got logs, you take it there. That also looks like a tipper for the wood chips, to be honest. You can, although that could be as well. I don't know. This is, I could buy the sawmill for 116,000. I don't have that money, but at that point, the sawmill will create stuff, which is probably dropped in that little square there. As I said, I don't own the sawmill, so I can't. Actually, we can make a hazard a guess at what the sawmill creates. Wood should create something like lumber, planks, furniture. There's a furniture store, so you'd make the planks, you take the planks to the furniture store will make furniture, and furniture can be worth lots of money. As you can see, furniture is 3,000 to 3,900. Planks are only worth 2,000 to 2,500. So every time you put something through a production, it becomes more valuable. But if you're really just looking to clean up the yard, you wouldn't necessarily buy all of this. What is this building? Sell wood. Okay, you can sell wood there. So let's get back in my Renault, because this has another job to do and we can do that ourselves now. And the other field to roll was all the way down the road, so I think what I need to do is probably head up to the animal dealer and then take that farm track, because then we miss out the big hill that all the tractors struggle with. And let's jump in. Now, if you're going for a forestry setup, then rather than having tractors, oh good grief, you probably that was a very bad idea. Instead of having farming equipment, you want to go with all of the forestry stuff. So this is awkward, but apart from the white fence that I crashed into, my reversing abilities have kept us out of trouble. Wow. Okay, let's go through this gap here. Much more room. And then we go this side of the building and we can get out. So yeah, you would get the big forestry harvester stuff, so the motorized forestry equipment, rather than a chainsaw. If you're going professional logging, you probably want something like this. They cost $500,000. That's a little bit cheaper. but not by much. Some of these things do have, I think this is used to cut down trees. So you can drive up to a tree and it will chop down the tree. It won't chop them into lengths. This thing will chop down a tree and then feed the trunk through this chopper and chop it into, you can say, I want 6 meter lengths, and this will chop down trees and cut them, pre-cut into 6 meter lengths, and pretty much drops them in a pile on the ground that's convenient to then pick up. But yeah, it's always a choice of what you want to do. My farm, I've decided, while I am a farmer, I am a silage farmer, so I do mowing most of the time or forage harvesting. So my big piece of equipment is a forage harvester, not a regular combine. So regular combine, you put a thing on the front and it collects the grain in the top. Forage harvester, you chop material up. It goes through a chopper in here and it gets ejected through this pipe. So you have to have something driving alongside to collect that stuff. Oh, I shouldn't have stopped there. But when you're starting out, you want to decide, what am I going to do with this farm? If you're going to be a corn farmer, you'll need a harvester and a corn header, and don't get a cereal header because you don't need to chop cereal. If you want to be sort of a regular agricultural guy and do wheat and barley and oats and canola, you need a draper rather than a corn header. So you pick that. Once you're established, which we kind of are now, you can start branching out into other things. So, for example, I could decide, hey, I'm going to do some professional forestry and buy this plot of land and start chopping down all those trees because they're long and straight and they make the most money. Okay, there should be access to the fields just along here, I hope. Oh, sorry. Yes. Awesome stuff. Obviously getting back to the farm from here is not going to be as comfortable because we have to go down the hill and up the hill, and this tractor does not have a lot of torque to maintain speed on a hill. Oh man, so close. And we're in. Okay. Fold this. The first game I streamed was back in Farm Sim 17 on Lawfolks, and I did a lot of arable farming, but then during the winter you can't do arable farming, so I